Joining me here today are a couple of courageous young people who have volunteered their time to come back to Outreach House and share their experiences. To my right is Catherine, Dennis, to my left is Peter and Nicole. In a couple of moments, they're going to take you for a walk through the program to get an in-depth view of what happens during the course of treatment at Outreach House.
When you first come to Outreach, you come through an intake process. The intake process allows Outreach to see that if you're eligible for your needs to be met through the program.
And now over here is the structure board. The structure board explains all of the jobs held by the residents in the house.
The coordination crew basically looks after the whole house. When you first come here, you're in orientation for at least 30 days. After you're out of orientation, you go to service crew, which basically cleans the whole entire house. After that, you can advocate, or if there be a structure change, you can change to either maintenance, communications, K crew, also known as kitchen crew, and laundry crew. Before I came to Outreach, I didn't have any structure in my life, and now that I'm in the Outreach House program, I'll be able to learn different tools and traits that I can use in the outside world to seek a job.
For me, I stopped caring about things going on in my house, and part of that was material things. Now that I'm home, I start cleaning up after myself and help out around the house. At Outreach, I also learned how to cook.
This is my room. I share this room with two other residents. All beds are made the same, with hospital corners and approximately a hand length apart at the top. Over here is a dresser drawer. Everything is kept neat and needs to be organized in almost size order. When we first come to Outreach, each of us are assigned an older brother. Your older brother teaches you the way of Outreach, how the structure works, and things to use to motivate you through treatment. Also, to help you if you have any problems, you can talk to them. When I was at home, I used to never make my bed. I would wake up every morning and just leave my house. The reason being, I thought that, why would I make my bed when I come home and get right back in it? But after my older brother talked to me to make my bed and show me how to do it for the first week, I found that it was very easy and that it was no problem at all. And I should have made my bed when I was at home. It's not just because you want to make your bed, it's the principle of making your bed.
When I came to Outreach, one of the main things someone taught me was, if your mirror's not clean, how can you actually look in the mirror and tell yourself that you're okay for the day? So every morning, as well as the other preparations that Dennis showed you as far as fixing your bed, making your drawers neat, making sure your hangers are 2 fingers apart in the closet, you also had to clean your mirror. And one of the main reasons, especially being a female, is because you always want to look nice. But do you really feel good on the inside? And how hard are you looking if there's smudges all over your face in the mirror and that's reflecting back at you? When I came in here, I didn't like that people were telling me what to do, and I felt like nobody really understood how I felt. But after being here for a while, I realized that I had no structure in my life. So all the structure that was provided here, whether it was doing the simplest thing as fixing your bed or being told to do something by someone else that you don't even really know, it worked out. And it made going out into the real world a lot easier. Towards the end of my using, I really didn't go to school a lot. I cut a lot of classes, I disrespected teachers, I didn't really care about education. When I came here, they made it a lot easier for me to pick everything back up.
Hello, I'm Peter.
Hi, I'm Nicole, and we're going to take you on the remainder of the tour.
Right ahead here we have the case conference schedule board. Everybody has a case conference, and you have initial case conference and 3-month, 6-month, and 9-month case conferences. You go over like the different problems and solutions and goals that you set for yourself for the next 3 months of your treatment.
In the beginning of treatment, you are what's put in orientation. While you're in orientation, it's really about learning all the rules and regulations that you have to follow and abide by. When you finish with that, you take a test, and it moves you up to early treatment. In early treatment, you do a lot of work. You don't have a lot of privileges because it's pretty much like you're still untrusted. In order to get into middle treatment, you have to do all the right things, you have to follow all the rules, and then you talk to your counselors after advocating, and they'll tell you whether or not they feel that you're ready. When you're in middle treatment, you're able to start going home on passes. You get to walk into the hallway and be trusted to take another early treatment resident with you. You're able to do things such as escort somebody on a pass or a medical, depending on how trusted you are. After you do all that, you get into what's called late treatment. Late treatment, you move into a whole different caseload and you get a whole different counselor. and you start going on 24-hour passes, and then you get like 72-hour passes after a while after that, and then eventually you get move-out status, and then you have a graduation, and you go home.
And on this board here is the Outreach House School Schedule Board, and this is the schedule of every day, Monday through Sunday of the week, and as you can see, it's very full to make sure that there's no time of us doing nothing, no sitting around, no being bored. We're always doing something, whether we're in school, we're in group, we're having snack, a bathroom break, lunch, meals, cleanups, everything we do as a family and together as one. And there's many different groups throughout the day and the week.
What I look forward to in my day was mainly the rap group, because you got to just say whatever you needed to. It wasn't about a specific topic. It was really just getting something off your chest that you just had to talk about, and that's usually what happens. So.
This is the kitchen area, and this is part of the kitchen crew here. As you can see, we cook everything. We cook the meals for the residents. These are actually residents here, and we cook with the chef.
We have our chef, Eric, who definitely teaches us different ways on how to cook. We're able to cook for over 65 people all at once, and everything comes out pretty good. The dining area is the heart of the facility. Not only do we have all of our meals here, but we also have all of our groups. We have the encounter group that we talked about, the virtue group, the rap group, and we also have all of our meetings here. We have house meeting, morning meeting, and our general meeting that is all held here.
This is the gym area. Over here we have weights for people like me who, when I was stressed out, I used to lift weights and like get my anger out and stuff from being away from my family and like my friends for such a long time. I use the weights to like relieve some of my stress. And over here we have a full court basketball court. It's really fun to play basketball. A lot of people play basketball here, and we really enjoy it. Like, get to bond with each other on the basketball court, and you know, everybody, like, I don't know, we just have a lot of fun, a lot of competition and stuff, and every once in a while we'll have a tournament, and of course the winners like to brag a lot and stuff. So over here we also have handball courts and a pool table. Also in the gym we have the big parties like the Christmas party, the Halloween party, where they actually the parents built a whole haunted house that was actually like really scary. Also for Christmas we had a chorus, and we set up a stage in that corner over there, and Outreach House 1 and Outreach House 2, we sang and stuff, so we had a really good time.
This is our Outreach House 2 mission statement board. What it is when you get into middle treatment, you get into a different level, you start to make a statement about what you want to do for the rest of your life. Your mission statement consists of where you were, where you are, and where you would like to be. It's pretty much a word of encouragement for when you leave the facility, because on your graduation day, you're given your mission statement and a plaque to take home with you. This is my mission statement. I am a beautiful young woman who loves her family and herself. I will do anything in my power to keep my head above water and face life head on. I will stay honest with myself, my family, and others. I will pursue a happy life by recognizing my fears and turning them into strengths. As life comes, and when I do fall, I will pick myself back up, because I know that as quickly as I get lost, I can soon find the light again. I will no longer be timid or afraid. I will stay the fun, loving, full of charisma young woman who I have learned to be and love. I am devoted to myself, my family, and my recovery, and will continue to be. I have the inner strength of a lion, and I am as graceful as a dolphin taking on the waves of life. I will stand strong in the present and the future. I am Nicole C. Thank you for taking the tour with us.
We hope to see you soon.